The fact is that Sifuna is known across the country. Everyone knows Edwin Sifuna. If you go to Mandera right now and ask about Edwin Sifuna, utaonyeshwa Sifuna ndio yule. If right now you go to Homa Bay and ask who is Sifuna, they'll tell you who is Sifuna. If you go to Nairobi, Western Kenya, Coastal Region, they will tell you who is Sifuna. But despite the popularity that Sifuna is enjoying right now in the country, the fact remains that he's facing some challenges as a junior and a young politician who is growing politically. He's facing some challenges. And on this particular video, I want to take you through those challenges. Actually, there are 3 of them. But before I do so, if this is the first time you're watching my videos right here at Mokwa Times, please take a second to subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Number 1 challenge that he's facing is this. He has some leaders around him who are poorly performing in their respective positions that they are occupying right now. For instance, Governor James Orengo.
Ruto must go. Ruto ni one term. I am fighting for the revolution of this country. Good people. Ndiyo nimeingia hivi Siaya County. In fact, I'm passing through Siaya Town right now. And let me tell you something. Hospitali zote za Siaya County zimefungwa. Madaktari wamegoma for the past 1 month. Hawajawahi lipwa kutoka mwezi wa pili mpaka sahi. Hawajawahi lipwa.
This gentleman is experienced politically. He's a lawyer with serious decorations. He's a person who worked with Raila Amolo Odinga and is the most senior in the current political terrain of Kenya. But now, when it comes to the managerial positions, when it comes when he was even a member of parliament, nobody can point out to the constituency he was leading that it did well. Nobody can point out that. Let's move to some members of parliament from Luo Nyanza. If right now you ask me someone like Raphael Tuju, I can be able to tell that Tuju, he did something in the Rieda that made him to be known across the country. He was a good performer. Right now, we have Otiende Amolo. People are saying he's also performing well, but not better than, of course, Raphael Tuju. There are members of parliament who can point out and say, these people have performed. But you can't point out James Orengo when he was a member of parliament in whichever constituency he was leading. Now, let's talk of being a senator. That was okay. He did a very good job as a senator, especially by defending devolution. But when it comes to the oversight, he did not do it well. But now, putting that aside, right now is the governor of Siaya County. There are complaints that there are nurses who have not been paid, as you've heard from that particular clip. The healthcare sector there is doing poorly. There are also allegations that it is not doing well generally. Actually, the thing that has been done is the stadium that was built. But apart from that, we've not seen significant development projects in Siaya County that can be able to make someone feel, I'm proud of James Orengo's leadership as a governor. But instead, it's very much hardworking, moving around with Edwin Sifuna. Mark you, I feel strongly that James Orengo should not accompany Sifuna across the country. He's generally old, and I think he needs to concentrate as a governor and run the county so that he can give Sifuna's time to do his own things the way he's doing right now. Sifuna can be able to attract crowds without James Orengo. Though they can advise him, but I think James Orengo needs to accept that he's the governor of Siaya County and he needs to perform. Number 2 danger that Sifuna is facing is the seniority competition, where you realize that leaders within the Linda Mwananchi team are feeling that they are better than Sifuna and they are supposed to lead. There are people who have failed to reach a point and understand that Sifuna right now as we speak is the face of this movement, and we need to accept it and sail with him, support him and lift him up for everyone to see him as others lift him. But now some are feeling like, we are equals. Me and the Sifuna, we are the same people. For instance, now, even James Orengo has come out openly when they were in Thika the other time. He actually said it in front of Sifuna that is the most senior person. He was actually correcting Pauline Njoroge, who said Sifuna as their leader. And then now, Orengo came out to correct Pauline Njoroge. Apart from James Orengo, who is also claiming to be the party leader, actually is even insinuating that in a scenario where they have a party, he should be the party leader. Apart from him, we also have Babu Owino. Babu Owino also said at some point that he cannot be a junior to anybody in a party. So if Babu Owino needs to be with Edwin Sifuna, then Sifuna must accept that Babu Owino to be the party leader. Clearly, that cannot work. Clearly, that cannot work unless they have 2 parties working together. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Ukombozi People's Party that they are claiming to probably go and launch, it should be led by Edwin Sifuna for them to survive. But if they cannot do so, then there is a possibility that this movement of Linda Mwananchi might die or Sifuna might be affected, checking on what is happening. Apart from that, there's this entitlement. People are feeling like they are the ones who made Sifuna. Because of them, that's why Edwin Sifuna is where he is. There's this entitlement. People feel that they need to be consulted. Like now, to give an example, recently, we had someone by the name Caleb Amisi. Caleb Amisi is among the people who actually started working with Edwin Sifuna. They were thrown out of the party together. And so they were working together as a team. Linda Mwananchi was started. And then from nowhere, Caleb Amisi jumped out of the ship and decided he's developing his own ship. Right now he's having a different party and is decampaigning Edwin Sifuna day and night. And to make matters more worse, from the Luhya region. That clearly shows that people feel that they are entitled. They need to be respected. Sifuna needs to show them respect. Yet the movement is all about Sifuna. Sifuna, when he stands on the podium, people are saying sisi ndio Sifuna. Mnaniona vizuri? Na hapa mnaniona vizuri? Mimi ndio Sifuna. Na nyinyi ni akina nani? Then people say they are also Sifuna.
Haya. Jothurwa untie. Huko juu mnaniona vizuri? Hapa mnaniona vizuri? Mnaniona Sifuna. Na nyinyi ni kina nani? Atini. Huku nyuma nyinyi ni kina nani? Nataka mseme wasikie hapa ni wapi? Hapa ni wapi?
Not Babu, not Orengo, not Caleb Amisi. Right now, that's the biggest challenge that Edwin Sifuna is facing. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, it's the backyard where he comes from. Yes, Sifuna wants to be the president of this country. He looks to be very strong and the most national leader from the Western Kenya region. But there are very powerful leaders from the Western Kenya region, like now, Francis Atwoli, Musalia Mudavadi, Moses Wetangula, Quickly from Beso Paranya, who feel that the ones to lead Western Kenya is not Sifuna, the young boy. They are pulling him down whenever he's climbing the tree. They want him to fall and get eaten by the mambas. They are waking up every day and morning to pray for Edwin Sifuna to fail politically. You see them on TV saying in Mote Makaratasi, but Sifuna keeps on rising in each and every day. When you see these challenges that are behind you from your backyard, that's something you must fear about, because when you even go and negotiate in the united opposition, you need to tell people what do you have from whom, and you can only be sure, first of all, from your ethnic community. So Sifuna needs to be sure of having Western Kenya region entirely. That's how he'll be able to increase his negotiation powers at the table. But now when he's being pulled down by the people from his home, that's very dangerous. I don't know what is your take, but on the comment section, share with me what you think about it in Sifuna. My name is Abel Mukwa. Thank you so much for watching.